We are making this blouse with zigzag neckline, flare hand with wrapper. So if you are just coming across this channel, do wait to subscribe. To my returning subscriber, I'm glad to have you all back. So let's get started. So to make the wrapper, you just measure and cut out 2 times your hip measurements. So here I'm working with hip of 40. So as you can see, I'll be cutting out 40 inches in two places. So 2 times of your hip, that is the right measurement for your wrapper, your hero. Yes, so that is what I measure and I'm cutting out here. So now moving down to the blouse, I'll be making use of the full length of the ankara. Then I'll cut out the required fabrics for the top. Then after folding into two, I'll come to the open end and mark 1 inches right from the right. I will mark 1 inch all through, so that will serve as the zip allowance. Then I will place the other side, which is the close end, to where I marked. So I'll place it on the point I marked. So now from there, where I'm placing the tape, I'll measure down 1 inch, then connect it up like that in order to have my shoulder slant. Remember, the shoulder is not straight, it's quite slant, so that is why I'm doing that there. After marking my shoulder divided by 2, which is 8, so from that point I'll add 1 inch to it, which is 9. So that will give me the armhole depth. So I will mark my waist length and the hip length. So here I'm just trying to get the required length that I want the blouse to be. So I'm just trying to fold the down parts in order to meet up with it. So the next thing is to mark your horizontal measurement, your waist. The waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch allowance. Remember, the fabrics is into 4-fold already, so the waist the waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch allowance, the bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch allowance, and the hip measurement as well divided by 4 plus 2 inch allowance. So that is what you are going to do for it. So the next thing I'm doing there is just to connect up the marked point right from the armhole. So the armhole there, remember the depth is 9, so I'm mark 4.5, which is the half. So that is where the coffee shape will join in order to have a perfect armhole. So I'm trying to join all the marked points together, as you can see. So now to the neckline, you first have to cut out a round neckline. So remember, the zigzag is only at the front. So here I marked 3.5 by 3.5. Yes, 3.5 for both the length and depth of the neckline. So I'll be cutting both the front and back together, after which I'll after which I'm cutting out the sides as well. So after cutting the neckline together, I would just have to separate the front from the back. So I'm notching the waist and the folded part I'm having at the down part. So now cutting the neckline, you cut both the front and the back together, after which you will separate out the front in order to draw and cut out the zigzag design. Remember, the zigzag is only at the front, it does not extend to the back. So there I'm notching the zip allowance there, and here as well I'm cutting out some excess fabrics I'm having there. Now moving forward, the next thing is to cut the sleeve. So I think I'm working with round sleeve of 16. and the short sleeve, as in the short sleeve which the flare will be attached to, which will serve as the short sleeve length is 10. So that is what I'm doing there. So I'll be adding just 1 inch allowance to the round sleeve. So you just cut out the sleeve in the regular way we do it. So now the next thing is the flare. So I think I want the flare length to be 8 inches, so I'm marking out 8.5 that way, and then I'll just connect up. Yes, so I'm marking out the 8.5 there, because by the time I join to the sleeve and tip in the tip, I'll surely end up with the 8 inches, and that is what I'm cutting out. So the next thing is just to cut the opening there as well. So I'll surely have an excess plate, which is what I want. So now cutting the lining to it is quite simple. You just place each of the piece on the lining and cut it out exactly as it is. And I'm really sorry, my phone went off while I'm cutting the slits, the opening at the front. So let me just try and explain. So you will just have to open up the front piece, then you cut through your dart line and you stop at the exact point you want it. So that is how you make the opening of the slits, which is at the front. So now for the zigzag design at the neckline. So let me first cut out the lining for the body. So now for the neckline, I'll just come down for like 1 inch. So I'll mark the 1 inch round that way, so as you can see. After that, I'll just make a zigzag design that way, so without exceeding the 1 inch I marked earlier. So let's cut out. So I'll just follow the design I did earlier. So the next thing to do is just to cut the lining for other parts as well. So you just do that. So after the joining, this is just the final look of it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and kindly click the notification button. Thank you.